This is the Sky News Business Roundup. I'm Naomi Kerbel, bringing the business news that impacts you. Bad week for the banks as both RBS and Lloyds are slapped with major fines. Wall Street gets regulated as risky trading is curbed by the Volcker rule. And pension annuities slammed as dysfunctional and overly complicated. Britain's two biggest taxpayer-backed banks were hit with huge fines this week. RBS is to pay $100 million for violating US sanctions against Iran, Sudan, Burma and Cuba. And Lloyds is to pay £28 million for retail conduct failings, the highest ever fine. Lord Miners, who's to lead a review into the co-op, told Sky's Jeff Randall he wants to see a massive clean-up in UK banking.
The regulators, again, they're aiming too low. The question to ask is, what did the board of directors know when these things were going on? Were they asking the right questions? On payments protection insurance, not a single major banker, be it an executive director or non-executive director, has been named in any of these inquiries.
In the US, meanwhile, regulators are also trying to clamp down on poor behaviour. A new regulation proposed by the former federal chair, Paul Volcker, hopes to curb risky practices by the banks. Under plans, it'll stop them from proprietary trading, that's risking their own money rather than simply acting for customers. Implementation's already been hugely delayed because of industry opposition, and even now it won't come into effect until July 2015.
Ever since Wall Street transformed itself from a series of private partnerships beginning in 1970 till today, when virtually every firm on Wall Street is a public company where you traded a partnership culture for a bonus culture, where the individual people who work at these banks are rewarded to take big risks with other people's money in order to get big bonuses. That's the problem. That is the problem, not proprietary trading.
A major overhaul of the pensions annuity market has been called for after the industry was described as dysfunctional. The Financial Services Consumer Panel, which works alongside the City Watchdog, has accused companies of providing confusing advice and charging too much for their services. It warned sweeping reform was needed to avoid millions of pensioners from losing out.
It is really not working for consumers, and we do think it needs radical reform, and very, very quickly. We have to get it right going forwards. That's the first step. Then a review of what has been happening over the past few years, and if consumer detriment has happened because of poor advice and mischarging, what is found to be mischarging, then we would expect the FCA to actually go back and recompense consumers.
And now let's take a look at the big business stories to look out for from the 16th of December. On Monday, the Federation of Small Business will release its quarterly review looking at how regions and sectors are doing. The Airports Commission is expected to release a shortlist of proposed locations for a new runway on Tuesday. Wednesday, staying in the UK, unemployment figures for the 3 months to November. On Thursday, tune in at 7:30 in the evening when Jeff Randall hosts his annual Christmas dinner with special guests. And on Friday, both the US and the UK will give final GDP readings for the third quarter. Last month showed the US at an annual growth of 3.6% and the UK up 0.8% on the previous quarter. And finally, if you're looking for a country pad, look no further. One of Britain's finest country mansions, which comes with 30 acres of land, goes under the hammer on Tuesday with a guide price of just £250,000. Halswell House in Somerset is thought to be worth £3 million, but it's being offered by Clive Empson auctioneers at the reduced price to secure a quick sale after its last owner went bankrupt. Well, that's it for this week's Business Roundup and Look Ahead with me, Naomi Kerbel. There's lots more great stories on the website and on the Sky News for iPad app. And I'm always keen to hear your business stories, so why not tweet me? I'm at SkyNKTweets. Have a great week.